Hey you. Yeah, you. Today we're talking about bullying. Hey, what's up? I'm Ken. This is kenfuTV, and each week I release videos in the martial arts, philosophy, technique, training, that sort of thing. So if that's the kind of thing you're into, I'm glad you're here. I hope you stick around. I hope you subscribe and comment down below and share this with somebody that you think needs to hear it, especially if it has value for you. Today we're going to be talking about bullying, a topic that, I don't know, this one sits dear to me. I think that it's important to talk about. But before we jump into it, let's do this week's Shirts and Patches segment. Alright, so talking shirts and patches, representing you, the viewer, and your schools and your things. My way of giving back to you guys, to the viewers, is to take your badges, take your shirts, your schools, your story, and add it to this show, and make it a part of the studio, make it a part of all of this. And something I've just been really excited to do this year. Today we're doing one of my patches, one of my old patches. That patch is this one. This patch is the WKKJ F. If you've seen some of the other videos that I've done where I talked about the things that I've gotten from the WKKJO, then you might be familiar with the World Karate Kobudo Jiu-Jitsu organization. Before it was called that, it was called the World Karate Kobudo Jiu-Jitsu Federation. That's when I started. So this patch, I've got different patches now that I wear on my gi that represent the organization, but this is one that I'll put up in the studio to remember where I started, and to remember when this was new to me, when I first started diving deep into the Mariyoshi Kobudo and the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Very fun part of my training, something that I've continued to carry and really, really love and continue to dig deeper into. So this one's kind of cool. It's an older patch. It's no longer a relevant patch, and so it's perfect for the studio wall. No new shirt today, so today I'm just wearing one of my favorite shirts, the Velociraptor, because you know, philosophy and Velociraptors definitely should be a thing together as one. And thanks to the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, it is a thing. I get to wear the shirt, and I just love it. So if you're in the Denver area, you definitely should go check out this museum. It's super great. And if you're not in the Denver area, maybe travel there and check it out. If you're passing through, give it a look. Always really cool exhibits. They rotate stuff all the time. Super awesome. Check it out. If you want your story told, if you want to send a patch or send a shirt or send your story, then hit me up at shirtsandpatches@kenfu.tv so that I can get you a mailing address. You can send something over and I can share your story featured on this channel. Really looking forward to it. It's something that I'm really liking doing with you guys. So don't hesitate. Just get in touch and we'll set it up. So today we're talking about bullies, those big meanie heads, doo-doo heads, those jerks that just have all of the awful things to say to just bring you down, make you feel this big. And why? Why do they do it? Why do people want to hurt people like that? And there's a lot of reasons. And you know what? This video is not going into those reasons. I think people have covered this really well. A slogan that Les Boca and I were talking about is hurt people, hurt people. One more time, just hurt people. People who are hurt. Hurt people. Go out and do more hurting. Hurt people, hurt people. And that sucks. But we gotta recognize that when we see these things, that a lot of time it's coming from a place of pain. And that can be addressed. That can be addressed in a number of ways. You could just ignore it, you could embrace it, you could offer friendship and compassion back, even though somebody is making you feel this way, but that's not what we're talking about today. Might be a future shirt though, the hurt people shirt. I've got an idea for that design, maybe. Today we're just talking about the awful things that are said. If you think about your friends, the people that you care about, your family, your loved ones, your training mates, whoever, and you see somebody being like, man, you suck, you're awful, like, why do you even keep trying? Why do you do this? You're just embarrassing yourself. You're never gonna get it. I don't know why you keep trying, because because this is the best you're ever gonna do. If you see your friends and people you care about, if you see that happening to them, then you would possibly look right to the person who's saying that and be like, why are you saying that stuff? You need to stop. This isn't helping anybody. Like, what the hell? And if you see this with your friend, and you might be looking at your friend and be like, why do you put up with that? Why do you let them talk to you that way? So today I want to ask you, why do you let yourself talk to you that way? Why do you let that voice in your head say, you suck at this? You're never gonna get this. Why do you let those words, all that negative self-talk, why do you let that hit you? Why do you let that affect you? Why do you say those things? You wouldn't put up with it anywhere else. You wouldn't put up with it for your friends, your family. You wouldn't put up with it from somebody else. I hope you wouldn't put up with it from somebody else. But you know what? At the end of the day, the person that you are alone with the most, the voice that you hear the most, is yours. And I've had this talk with people who I know have this negative self-talk. And if they were unlucky enough to use that negative self-talk in front of me, then we talked about it. Because I don't let that stuff slide. Sometimes those people, when they struggle, when they have a hard time valuing themselves, they need to hear reinforcement. They need to hear encouragement. They need to hear these things. And I get that. I'm good with it. It's fine. But what you have to realize is that no matter how many times I encourage you, no matter how many good things I say, no matter how many things I reinforce for you, it's a drop in the bucket compared to how much you hear your own voice telling you the opposite, the worst, most vile things all day long. I'm powerless to override that. If I tell you one good thing and you tell yourself 100 bad things, how much do you think that one good thing really did in the grand scheme? It helps, and I don't think it's a 1-to-1 ratio. I really don't. But if you're not constantly hearing it, it will fail you. And you need to be hearing it from yourself. Even if you don't believe it, I mean, I want you to believe it. But even if you don't, look yourself in the mirror, look at something you do, and tell yourself, you're awesome. You're freaking great. You really kicked ass today. You look great today. Pick out any of these things, just say them. Hear them. If you're alone, say them out loud. Let your voice tell you, hear your own voice telling you how important you are. Because positive self-talk is effective. Feels weird, feels like something maybe you don't want to have to do. And you go, I shouldn't have to do this. Yeah, I shouldn't have to take medicine when I'm sick. I shouldn't have to eat the right kind of things to gain body mass or lose weight. I shouldn't have to work out to get in shape. I shouldn't have to do these things, but I do. You do. Sometimes it just is the reality. Some of those weren't very good examples, but digress. Tell yourself good things. Build a habit of reinforcing yourself, of encouraging yourself, of being your biggest cheerleader. And then when those people say good things to you, then it will add to it. It will fan the flames, and it will burn, and it will build, and it will make you realize just how valuable you are, how important you are, how capable you are. It is really easy to never understand what somebody else thinks of you. It is really easy to deny it, to just outright not believe it at all. There's a quote, I'm gonna get it wrong. The sentiment stuck with me. The principle of what was said stuck with me, and it talked about someone having that view from space of the earth, and we just believed it. You know, they say, here's what I see. This is what it looks like. This is how amazing it is. And we believe it. We believe it because they said it. Why does it take that? Why does it take somebody else? Like, if we can believe that, how come we can't believe when somebody else looks at us and says the things that they say about us? And why can't we believe that? Why isn't it the same? I can believe all the things you say. I can believe what you felt about that movie that you saw. I can believe what that sunset looked like. I can believe how beautiful this wedding was. I can believe all of this. But then you tell me I'm beautiful. You tell me that I'm capable. You tell me that I'm amazing. You tell me that I can do these things, that I have this skill, and I can't believe that? What good is that? Why this split? And I know, in the world of psychology and all of that, there's probably terms for exactly all of the things that I'm saying, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you need to start believing in yourself. And the truth is, you might even believe in yourself, but then still tell yourself garbage all day. So stop. Just stop. That's it. That's the entire point of this video is just to remind you that you're worth it, remind you that you have value, remind you that you need to hear it from yourself, and that hearing it from other people only goes so far. Cut that negative self-talk, stop being your own bully, and start living a better life. Start achieving better things. Start hitting those goals, because the person inside you is pushing you to that as well, not pushing you down. Don't be a bully. You try not to be a bully to anybody else. Stop being a bully to yourself. That's it. With that, jump to comments from last week, and we'll wrap this up. Okay, so last week, we talked about the importance of community and just how awesome all the opportunities and things that we have are. And the fact that this quarantining and this pandemic and all of this has actually drawn us together, and it has built us more and more options, more things that we can do, more opportunities we can take advantage of. And I think that's amazing. So let's hear what you guys had to say. All right, starting off with Stoa Martial Arts. Oof, that part about imposter syndrome hit a little close to home. Going through a bit of that recently. I will tell you, I'm going to give this from me to you, and I hope that this video hit home too. You're not an imposter. There is nobody who fits the role that you do. There's nobody who takes your place. And you will feel like there are other people, there are better people than you, but there's only one you. And I want you to think about that. I want you to take time to realize that you have value, and that value is unique to you, and so you're not an imposter. If I'm not an imposter, you're not an imposter. And I know that saying these words does not make that just magically make sense, but I hope it helps. Anybody else watching this feeling like an imposter, I hope you hear those words and that you apply them to you also. There's only one you. Karate in Real Life says, this is the second video I've seen of yours, and I appreciate your thoughts and delivery so much. Thank you. I can feel the sincerity, and it's great to see in the context of martial arts. Looking forward to seeing more and expanding the karate community. Heck yes, Karate in Real Life, you've popped up a couple times, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you better. I think building this community is exactly what we need to do. And if there's ever a way that I can help build that community for you, just let me know. Zorg, the racist castrator, says, I used to realize these things, unfortunately, just a few years ago, and I'm still struggling with hiding myself sometimes. Yeah, I hope you caught what I said to Stoa Martial Arts, because same thing. Man, I didn't realize that part would stand out as much as it did, but I'm glad that it did, because it is a hard part of it. And I hope more people just jump up and face it, and hell, start a YouTube channel, start Instagram, start whatever, put yourself out there and realize that the world's on your side. And sometimes, and this stood out to me as I put myself out there more, sometimes there are people better than you. And sometimes there are people who are better than you, but not as good as them. And those people don't need you. They're looking to the other people, the people that are better than them. That's okay. But there's sometimes people who aren't where you are and are way not prepared, way unready for up here. And they need you. They need you to bridge that gap and be the thing that ties them together. Community is not about a hierarchy and somebody at the top. It is about individuals who satisfy individual needs, and everybody's needs are different. And you are exactly who somebody needs. Maybe I'm just feeling emotional today. Goodness. Oh well, it's worth it. I'm glad that we're having this conversation. Paul Musaf. Paul, dude. I see Paul all the time on Facebook, and he's sharing videos. He's out there getting it, doing his training. Says, dang it, you've tugged on my heartstrings. I'm really glad this has been such a fantastic way for you to grow. Thank you. It has been a big thing for my growth. And what I see you doing, when I see you posting your videos, and I see you working and asking questions and just getting out there and putting yourself out there, it's amazing. That's exactly what we need. And I hope this is helping you grow too. Send you a patch and a t-shirt. I'll even write a note. Please write a note, because when you do that, and I'm excited for you to do that, I want to tell your story. It's been awesome getting to know you through Facebook, and it'd be awesome to share you to other people. So yes, please do. Please send a story. Do write a note and let me share that to the world also. And he's still waiting to see my Bob with Arms. Oh my God, I forgot. I did have that idea of doing a Bob with Arms, and off of the design that you did, and I need to do it. And so that said, glad you're keeping on me on it, because I need to get it done. So yes, we're gonna do it. Bob with arms, working on some different ways to train with the Bob without having to spend, I don't know, $300 some odd to get the jacket to put on your Bob dummy to have arms. Even though I'm sure it's better. I'm sure it's better, but we can have our own ways, right? And even right now, wheels are turning on some different stuff. Kenji Martial Arts says, fantastic. So grateful for the online martial arts community and proud to be a part of it over lockdown all through our Zoom sessions, right? I think that's amazing. I didn't know you were on the 10-rounder session too. It was a good one. It was a good one. And I didn't know you were on there also. I mean, part of, if there was anything that I kind of wish some of those things had, was a moment to get to know everybody who was on there and get to see. We just kind of jumped right in and started hitting those bags and working it, and there were like 60 people, so I didn't even realize there's tons of people I have no idea were even on there. So Kenji Martial Arts, pumped that you were on there. Hope that you had a blast. It was awesome, and I'm looking forward to the next one. February, I think, is what they said. So internet, be realizing that these things are continuing to grow and continuing to happen. That's it for now. I don't want to make this video super long, so I'll cut it here. Hope you guys drop comments on this new video today, and I'll catch you next week. So what do you think? You ready to quit being a bully? You ready to support yourself? To believe in yourself? When you believe in yourself when nobody else does, you can achieve anything. I'm standing here telling you this. These are things that I have had to put in place for myself. Last week I talked a little bit about imposter syndrome. You know how easy it is to have negative self-talk when you're making a YouTube channel and putting yourself on the freaking internet. I talk about this stuff because I go through it. I don't talk about this place from some plateau, some pillar where I can stand above and just preach to you about how you should do all this stuff, and I don't understand why you don't do all this stuff. I come to you, standing next to you, saying you should do this stuff because I should do this stuff, and maybe if we do this stuff, we can work together and we can build each other up. We can build each other up from the inside, we can build each other up from the outside. And mostly I just want you to know that you're not alone, that I have these feelings, and that just because I jump on a video and I talk and I yammer on and I have a YouTube channel, it doesn't mean I have it all together. It doesn't mean that I don't have the same stumbling blocks, the same things that drag me down. That doesn't mean that when I do my kata or do my stuff, it doesn't mean that I always feel good about it. It doesn't mean that I always feel like I am best. Hell, when I turn this camera on, I have a hard time reminding myself that what I have is worth saying. So I just have to look at myself and I have to say, go get it done. You do have this. You got something to say, go say it. And somebody's gonna hear it, and at least one person is gonna get some value out of what you said today, what you did today, the work you did today. I'm gonna do that for me. You should do it for you too. If you like these videos, if you like what I do, if you like the things that I have to say, I hope you subscribe. You can hit that right here. If you want to see a playlist of videos like this, here's one right here of all of these, a couple videos that you might like right here. I'm Ken, this is kenfuTV, and I'll catch you in the next one.